Okay, we are here, and I apologize. There's a lot of light happening back there. Just don't look at it, okay? I needed a decent setup, and I don't have one, so this is kind of like what we got. Tonight, well, first of all, let me like introduce myself for everybody who may or may not be watching the replay. Hi, it's Marissa here from It's Marissa Wise, and I'm just talking about random shit on my channel. I talk about my life. I talk about the fact I have eczema. I talk about smut books. Just talk about things that you and I could probably relate to in this world that has a lot of experiences. So that's kind of what I talk about. We are not political accounts. Every now and then you might see something, uh, just because like the world's on fire. And every now and then I feel the need to comment on it. Anyway, so tonight we're gonna do a little paint night. This live was set to start at 7. I'm starting a little early because I couldn't sit around and wait anymore for my own start time. So, and I'm early to everything, so I just felt the need to be early to this, I guess. I don't know. Early to my own commitments. It's one of those one of those things. So tonight we're gonna paint and we are going to do some watercolors. I have some like tougher paper. It's like cardstock, but a little lighter than cardstock. So we have that. We have our palette that doesn't have actual colors on it. This is all dried colors because eventually it's gonna stack on so much. I'm gonna peel it off. It's gonna be its own work of art. This is like years in the making. And it's gonna have years to go before it's done. So we just keep it here. It's getting heavier every time, which means we know we're doing a good job. And the other day, I almost peeled something off, and it's starting to like have that crusty form, which is what you want when it comes to this. So yeah, we're gonna do some watercolor. We're really just watercoloring the backgrounds. So we're gonna do it with some red, mid yellow, and then lemon yellow. I read that backwards because apparently I'm dyslexic. What now? I don't know. But these are the colors we're going to use for the background. And then I'm done with the background. We like let it dry for a hot second, which shouldn't be too long because water on paper actually dries pretty easily, which is great. But then we're going to do some like doodles. So that is kind of the plan. And then I'm going to yap while I'm doing it because it's what I do. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, my weather here is still crappy. It hasn't improved. So today is super rainy. Yesterday it was like sunny, cloudy with wind, just wind. So that was cool. And the day before that, it was very warm, very hot, which we liked. So yeah, I would be happy if like every day was like 65, sun's out, slight breeze. Maybe it rained at night, you know, but we can't all have whatever weather we want, unfortunately. So yeah, that's my weather situation. Literally hasn't changed much since I've last talked about it. I try to talk about it like every live because what else would I say? Obviously, weather is one of those small talk conversations that you just have to say, you just have to talk about, like it just is. So that's my that's my lovely weather situation. Welcome in everybody. We are doing paint night. I'm just getting started. We're gonna do a watercolor background and then we're gonna doodle on top once it dries. Feel free to enter into the chat and say hi or whatever, because we're just gonna talk about life. I was talking about the weather, but that's like not super interesting. So feel free to put anything in the chat and we can talk about pretty much whatever works for you. Yeah. At the moment, we're just pouring our colors into our palette, which is being complicated. There we go. Because they're not whatever. I don't know. They're like, I don't know what acrylic paint y'all use, but I need better ones. Hi, Roblox Gal 11. How are you doing tonight? I need better acrylics. Like, I don't mind these ones. I've used them for years at this point. I got a gigantic box for my birthday, and I've just been using them ever since because I don't paint that often. But they're like squeezy. I don't mind the fact they're squeezy, but like they don't stand up. See, it just falls down because gravity. And I would prefer ones that just like don't do that, you know. So yeah. But anyway, we have red so far. You can't really see that, but we got red, a lemon yellow, and then we're gonna add a mid yellow because those two things are definitely different. And then we're gonna paint our background with that combination of things, let it dry and then doodle on it. So that's the plan. But feel free to, enter whatever into the chat. Obviously, keep it all appropriate because all things. Oh, we got a 1. Are we gonna count? We can count together. I love counting. Counting's fun. I actually am reteaching myself algebra. I'm using Khan Academy because it's free and it's happy. I like math. Numbers are actually really super fun. I loved my math courses. They took a lot out of me in terms of like brain wise, but I did actually really like them. Like there's only one class I got really confused in, and that was pre-calculus. Pre-calculus was hard. Very hard. And there's things I still don't honestly remember or understand, but eventually we're going to reteach that class to myself as well. So, it's what we do in our free time. Just reteach ourselves math classes because why not? No, I don't have anything better to do. Definitely not. So that's what we do during the day. Yeah, that's one of the things I do. And then I'm also learning Latin through Duolingo because who doesn't want to learn a dead language? Roblox gal, you're 6. That's awesome, bro. I'm 19. I've been an adult for a year. And I have to tell you what, guys, it is not all that is cracked up to be, except for the fact that I don't have to have my government routine anymore. I'm not required to go to school. That is fantastic. I'm not even going to lie. And I can make my own decisions. So that's good. But being an adult actually isn't that bad. As long as like you're living your life, it's actually not hard. I'm just being weird. That's the gist of it. So far we have red on here and it's looking very red because I haven't blended in any other colors. You want to see this beautifulness? Red. I know it's shocking that I have red when I put red on my palette. Yeah. But anyway, how are you all doing? How is our days going? Are we busy people, not busy people? What's our life like? Tell me. I want to know because I spend all day in my life, so I like taking the opportunity to learn about other people's lives because what's a better learning experience than talking with strangers online about their own lives and painting while doing it? So, feel free to type in the chat anything. I don't even know. Yeah, during the day for me, I help run my family business. We do digital marketing, which is ironic just because I'm on here all the time. Hey, Brielle Barriola 4975, how are you doing? Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. We are talking about life and we're painting. So don't look at it yet. I don't know why I showed you yet. It's not done. We're doing a watercolor background. We're going to wait for it to dry, and then we're going to do some doodles on top. So that's the goal. That's the plan. But at the same time, I also want to talk about everybody's whatever y'all want to talk about. So how is your life going? How's the weather? Because who doesn't want to talk about the weather? Anything like that is really what we're talking about. I was talking to people about what I do during the day, which is help run my family business. And then on the weekends, I work part-time at a winery. And my shift last weekend, my shifts got changed like 1,000 times. My timing changed pretty much every day. And I was tired. And I'm going to go work this weekend as well. We are just basically working every day on something, which is kind of nice because like some of it's earning money for me now, some of it's going to earn money for me later. So we have financial goals because I do not want to be financially reliant on other people for the rest of my life. Like I want to buy cool stuff and I can't do that if I'm depending on other people to buy it for me. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're pretty excited about it and all things. I gotta add more water to this watercolor. It is not blending at all because I don't have enough water. I'm slightly chaotic, so if you haven't seen me in lives before, welcome. and welcome to my chaos. We kind of just do whatever and talk about whatever for however long I'm here, which is normally about an hour. That's why I'm normally here for about an hour. We kind of just do whatever. We just do whatever works. Speaking of random, have you guys seen any of like so the hi random boy too, how you doing? Have you guys seen what am I trying to say? Okay, I've never watched Avatar The Last Airbender, like the series. I've tried watching it before. I'm not the biggest TV person. Don't hate me, okay? But I keep seeing edits for the movie that got leaked that has the whole Avatar story situation going on, and those edits go hard. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen them or not, but I also don't know how into anime any of you are, but the fire dude, he's pretty hot. I'm not even gonna lie. And my brother is really into Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's rewatched that series like I think this is his fourth time going through it, but now every time I see him doing it, I'm like, who's the fire guy? Is he hot yet? He gets tired of me, but he loves me anyway. So that's what. You saw the whole movie on X, random boy? Yeah, I know. I keep seeing so many edits about it, and I'm just like, I might have to actually get context for the movie and might have to go through the. Did you watch the original series, or did you just see the movie? Either way, I feel like I need more context because like there's so much that happens that I don't know about just because I've never bothered to like watch the animated series, but I feel like I should just for the fun of it. You only saw the movie? That's fair. The movie looks good. Like those edits, they're pretty like fire. And it's worse because like I'm one of those people who definitely listens to songs that are trending. I know! That's right! Exactly. I was trying to remember his name. Yes, Zuko definitely glowed up. He's hot. Very like so yeah, no. Like I keep seeing all these edits and I'm like, I gotta watch this movie. I gotta watch the original TV show so I understand what's happening. But yeah, no. It's like, well, and I kind of forget that I am attracted to like dudes with long hair. Not that it's a problem if you have long hair as a guy. I don't care. It's your body, your choice. But he very much reminded me that attractiveness is there, and so I was like, okay. But yeah, I had to mention those edits that I've been seeing because part of the reason I love them is like the song just works so hardcore with it. And I'm one of those people who's all about like trending songs. Like that's kind of what is my playlist, to be honest. I mean, I have other songs to listen to that I've never heard on like Line before, but there's a lot of songs I listen to that are just trend based, and that was one of them, and I loved it. So I just wanted to share. And now we have a colorful background and nobody see it. Yeah, because it's one of those days. I don't know. Oh, it's okay, random boy. Have fun. Do whatever you gotta do, man. I appreciate you for stopping in. I hope I see you again at one of my lives. Do your thing, man. I ain't got no hate towards you. We're just over here singing to ourselves. It's okay. Bye. See you later. All right, we are just blending my colors. My colors need more blend. I don't know how to get it more blendy. It's water. It should just blend, and it's not doing that. Let's see. If we add more yellow, that somehow is going to fix the problem. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that's exactly how it's going to work. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, we're almost done with my background. We're almost done with it. And I gotta add a little more everything, like blendy, a little more, I don't know what the right word is, like water, happiness, something. Hello to everybody who's coming back in or newly discovering this live. We are chaotically trying to paint a watercolor background at the moment. And I say chaotically because that's what's happening, is nothing's blending, and I'm having a slight moment of why is nothing blending. We're just adding more water, more color, because that is what's always solved the problem. Adding more of the problem to the problem has always solved the problem. Okay, I think we did something. I don't really know if we did or not, but we're gonna pretend that we actually like accomplished something with all of my smattering, blending of colors over here that you can't really see at the moment. Ooh, it's pretty now though. I mean, it's not that it wasn't pretty before. I just felt a little more like robotic before. Did I see the MJ movie? What's the MJ movie? I'm not sure I did. Random boy, what are you talking about? The only... I legit don't know. Like, I'm a pretty up to date on my movies, but I don't know about that one. The only recent movie I've seen that's new is Project Hail Mary. Everything else I haven't seen yet. Oh, Michael Jackson. I keep hearing about it. I do keep hearing about it. I've heard really good things. I have not seen it though, and honestly, I've been so busy that I kind of like forgot it existed. Have you seen it? Was it good? Did you like it? Was it accurate? All the things. I keep seeing memes about it too, like something like every guy after watching the Michael Jackson movie, and then it's like some random dude dancing. So I've seen things about it. I just personally haven't watched it, or yeah. It's really good. Okay. I will add it to my list. I have a list of things I need to do, and I'm going to add that to it. I got to watch the trailer. I haven't even watched the trailer. Like, that's how out of tune I've been with this movie and a lot of other movies. But I will add it to my list 100%. Because I've seen good things about it. So, it's on my list. Okay, we finished. You didn't even watch the trailer, you just went to watch the movie. I mean, fair enough. I wish I had that level of, I don't know if it's confidence, curiosity, or genuine interest in cinema. I wish I had any of that. I am definitely one of those people who's like, I gotta see it before I buy it type thing. Like, and sometimes trailers don't do the movie justice in one way or another, so sometimes trailers are pointless, but I'm definitely one of those people who like has to see what I might see. Because it's just, yeah. I mean, it's Michael Jackson. Like, his story is pretty famous. So I'd understand, like, not looking at the trailer for it because it's just his life. So, well, there we go. Thank you for sharing. I will add it to my list of things to watch. Okay, this is our background. It's a hot mess of... What colors is this? This is red and yellow and made orange somewhere in there because that's what happens when you combine those two. So... yeah, this is our hot mess that we have to wait to dry before I can actually doodle on. So now we get to yap for longer and a while more. So yeah, that's what I got for you so far. I am not great with like, I don't know what the right word is, but in anything that I do, I cannot follow like, I don't know what the right word is, whether it's the standard, the expectation, the whatever that word could potentially be. I don't like falling inside of the lines, basically. I am definitely, like, I'm not actively out here trying to be like, I'm different, but, like, in my own personal hobbies, I'm very much like, no, I will not conform to societal expectations of whatever this is. So, like, for me, art is always a little more chaotic than like some of my friends, they're super realistically like realism artists. I am not one of them. I think realism's super cool. I do not have the time, the patience. I could have the skill level, but I don't currently. And so I prefer to like make things chaotic because that's my soul on the inside. And so I'm just, there it is. And now we're just waiting for it to dry so I can actually like be more chaotic, but doodling instead. And that's kind of what I have on it. I don't know the word. What word are you looking for, random boy? What word are you looking for? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some of my art to show you examples of what I'm talking about with my chaosity. Okay, so none of these art pieces actually like follow a system. Maybe chaotic is the word. Yes, it is. It probably is the word. So you have this random thing. The idea with this was that it was gonna be like an African jungle, which is actually crazy because I didn't look up what an African jungle looks like. I've never been to Africa, so I don't know what I was thinking. And then you can't see it, but I tried to like make an elephant and then I erased it. So that's that random thing. Then we have this again. Don't know. I was trying to like be cool and come up with like a parallel universe breaking, like fragmenting. So that's what that's supposed to be. It's got like the sun, the moon, earth, and little like whatever's. I'm not sure, but you know, no hate to my past self, but definitely interesting. And then I was super into doodling for a while, so we tried doodling with like my canvases. This is not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. But it's still pretty. And then I saw a trend of somebody got like a whole deck of cards and painted them. I also didn't realize how much effort that would take, so I did one. And I put Take Me Away, like the song, Take Me Away to Another Place. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that's supposed to be. That took me way too long to actually do that. And then we have some other things. This is actually one of my favorite art pieces I've ever done. It's not the favorite, but it's one of my favorites. And it's this thing. So this is another thing that was inspired by a trend. I saw somebody make an art piece where he turned it upside down. It still represented something, and I thought that was kind of cool. So like we have, I don't know, this is like the sunset, maybe then this is, I don't know, during the day or something, and then we turn it upside down, you get nighttime. This still looks the same, and this is upside down. So I don't know. I always liked it. It's still one of my favorite pieces I've ever done. It just makes me happy because I feel like I actually accomplished something with that art piece. So that does make me happy. I'm not gonna lie. And this piece is like literally in the dark. I don't know. Can you even see? I got mountains and like the night sky. Uh, but it's just like in the dark. There for a while, I was super into just painting the dark. I went through a lot in high school, and painting the dark was apparently one of my phases. So, we'll take that. Then this was inspired by the box my paint came in had an image on it, and I have two things here that were inspired by that. So this one was pretty much inspired by it. It's like kind of cool. I still like this one. It's a little weird, but I still like it. Um, so there's that one, and then this one's also cool. This is definitely inspired by the image on the box. I tried to replicate it. So we got like almost like a northern light situation with some trees that have blue and pink petals. Yeah, at like sunset. I don't know. That was a couple years ago. Okay. How many of you know the coconut song with the whole like ABC thing and like the coconut and the trees and they all fall down because the coconut tree can't handle the weight of all the letters? Did anybody ever like read that story? I can't remember what it's called. So that's also not helpful. But this was inspired by it because this, I don't know why, it was like, ooh, coconut. And then I did shades of green for like the hills. And I don't know, it just always reminded me of that song, and it still does. It doesn't even have a name tag on it or anything, and I still am like, definitely reminds me of that song. And then Rapunzel, I was inspired by Rapunzel to do like those lantern things. So I tried making a lantern scene. I never really finished this painting, but we're calling it done because sometimes you just have to walk away from certain things, and this is one of them. I was getting very frustrated with it, but we tried to do something. So we have all these lanterns. It was like a new skill I learned, and I liked it. So everybody learns things from different things. Then this is one of my favorite things I've ever done. I also did it with paint that wasn't mine. And so I don't know. I'm still kind of like curious on how if I had different paint, if my art would look more like this. So yeah. Swag, what's up, Slow? As is 1972. How you doing, man? I'm waiting for my current art piece to dry so I can doodle on it, and then I'm showing off my old art pieces because tonight is about art, I guess. That's what we've decided. Anyway, this is one of my favorite pieces. It's like the ocean with random waves that are mismatched and miscolored, but you can tell it's water, and it's the first time I ever actually made water that looked like water. And so it's exciting. But how are you, man? How's life doing? We are just kind of here, and my cheeks hurt from talking. So feel free to type anything in the chat if you want to talk about something specific. Okay, and this one is Sea Full of Men, but Not a Single Man. I'm not sure in hate is the right word, but I was struggling with men in my high school in not a very fun way. So we made this art piece when I was struggling, and then on the back we put a bunch of things that like are typical phrases that women hear from men. So yeah, I was very angry when I made this art piece. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, and then I took a Japanese class in high school, and we made some Japanese New Year's cards. So here's one of them. Got the Japanese tiger thing there. And I can't even read what this says anymore. I used to be able to, but I stopped taking Japanese, so. This is Potato. I have a stuffed animal named Potato, and it's a cat, and so I just drew it. And then we have this random guy. I was watching Stranger Things, and I made him. Nothing in Stranger Things looks like this at all, but I was inspired by it, so here we are. What is this? Ooh, that's one of my favorite doodles. Boop. There's a lot on here, but it's one of my favorite doodle things I've ever done. I like that one. Here's some more of my cards. We love this tiger. Made that. Made this as well, because it was going to be the year of the tiger, I believe. I think that's why there's so many of them, now that I'm remembering. We have more doodles. Like I said, I went through a really big doodling phase, and that was one of them. To be clear, doodling, not diddling. I want to make that very, very clear. What the heck is this? Oh, that's a poem. What is this? Okay, well, I have a random poem for you that apparently is in this art pile. All right. I long to be the water that flows freely in the spring. I long to hear children's laughter as they swing on a tire swing. I long to see my first love grow and grow like a flower. I long to touch freshly mowed grass because I want that power. I long to taste the sun with hopes of not getting burnt. I long to feel love without getting hurt. I long for the season to change so I might finally be. That's a random poem I have for you that's in my art pile, so you're welcome. I do write poetry, but not on paper as much anymore. Then I wanted to be cutesy and made this thing that's supposed to be trippy that's just like focus, and it's hard to focus when there's so much going on, which was the whole point. Again, struggle there. Then we made a cute little, again, cutesy note for somebody that just says, "Dear person, you are loved, you are strong and gifted, you are alive and hopefully living, you are human, sincerely, person." I went through a lot, okay? We had a struggle bus moment for a while, and so we just stayed on it for a little bit. And then there's this. This is exciting. Okay, I had new art supplies when I made this, and it was so exciting. I don't even like SpongeBob SquarePants, okay? Never really got into that show, but I still like this. It's just, look at this. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. And I made it so long ago, and I still like it, which is great. This is random. Again, part of my doodle phase. And then we have this guy that's like, the apple can fall wherever it wants. Because you know how like people will say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? Well, I got tired of that phrase at some point, and so I just decided to make an apple and be like, the apple can fall where it wants. Yeah, I know. I'm just so cool. And then we have this cute kitty that I drew. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's there. Oh boy. Another poem, because that's what we needed. Let's see. Anything on the deck? Okay. We're ready for this? Cold and bitter, happening all winter, and then comes spring. Now love is in the air, getting the bunnies to mingle, earth becomes lively. Crisp and breezy, happening all summer, and then comes autumn. Now Leaves flow freely, going down, down, down. Earth becomes colorful. Colors and harvest happening all autumn, and then comes winter. Now we're back to where we started, going round in circles, except we aren't. We changed along the way. So, fun fact, if you look at this, you will see in the background maybe an attempted drawing of, there we go, a person. And that person was one of my first crushes I ever had. It did not go well, and I was very sad about it, and it took me a while to get over it. So I wrote that poem on his face because what else do you do, I guess? I don't know. My art has had lots of changes along the way. This is a newer one. It has doodles, but we have this woman who I made. I'm pretty proud of her. And then we have this eye on the back that I'm also pretty proud of. So that's like some of my favorite art. And this guy's almost drying. It's still trying. It's still flimsy. I just got paint on me, but it's fine. So yeah, that's kind of some of my favorite art I've ever done. I have more art, but I don't know if you want to see it or not. And it's hidden. Not really, but it's stuffed in my drawer. So yeah, that's some of my art. Now I'm waiting, still waiting for this lovely piece to dry so that I can doodle on it and stuff. But since I don't have a lot of people here at the moment, I'm gonna go grab my other art so I can have something to talk about. Give me 1 second. Okay, now we're back with more arts because why not? Okay, so I took AP US History when I was a junior in high school, and when we got to the industrial times and trains and all that, Manifest Destiny, I was inspired and made this for Manifest Destiny. For those of you who know what that is, you can understand what I was going for. So we have that. And then I had a horse die, and that was very sad. I had a horse die, I had a cat die, and I was grieving, and so I made this piece. It's rainy and sad, and there's gold little flecks in there. Some of them have come off, unfortunately, so we try really hard to protect that piece. And then there for a while, I just kept hearing jokes about how bad women were at driving, and I got tired of it, so I had a deck of cards, and it's the same deck of cards that had this card in it. And so I made this thing that says that's basically two queens running over kings. And I loved it. I thought it was super funny when I made it. It was like a stressful week. I just needed to make something that made me laugh, and this was it. I thought it was one of the most hysterical things I've ever done, and I love it. So we have that one. This was inspired, weirdly enough, by Jennifer Lopez. She had an album cover for something, I think, and I just thought it was like super cool, so I tried to like redo it. I don't know. It's weird, not entirely even, and hurts me slightly, but it's kind of cool, I guess. And this is interesting too. I was super into fairies at one point, and so we made like fairy trees. Yeah. Just little fairy flowers and everything. So yeah, and then this was an absolute horrific thing. This is like a technique painting to like test out some techniques, and I hate it. I still don't like it. It's weird. I don't dislike it, but I don't really like it either. So that's some other paintings I have for you. Are we done yet? Are you dry? Ooh, you're trying. You're still wet there. You're still wet there. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes. Let me see what other art I have to show you. Okay, I'm back. Also, I don't know if the person who's going in and out is the same person or not, but feel free to like, if you do come in, feel free to just say hi. Any engagement I get is awesome. And if you want to talk about something, feel free. I'm currently just talking about my art. So if you're like, Marissa, stop talking about that. Let's talk about something else. Feel free to let me know. Until then, I'm just going to keep talking about my art. Okay, so I was like, I saw this really cool finger painted chicken in some store, and the painting cost like $50. And I'm like, I'm just going to make this at home. So I made my own version. And it says you should bedazzle your chicken. I mean, he may not like it, but do it anyway. And this is what it looks like. This is my bedazzled chicken art. And I finger painted pretty much all this. Like the actual chicken himself is finger painted. Everything else I did have to I went through Sharpie and outlined him. I did the actual bedazzling I did by hand. But the actual chicken itself I did with my fingers. So, fun fact for you. This is not finished at all. I was trying a technique I saw. They lied to me online, but you know, we attempted it anyway. So, yeah. All right, this is a random eye that can see into the future. Aww. And then on the back, I actually have a bunch of sticky note art. So, let's see here. We got a dinosaur. We have some spice. A thing with a swing, cool glasses, Aries sign, and a little monster with a knight. I was such a good doodler. Holy cow, man. I haven't doodled in so long. Again, another unfinished art piece. Supposed to be like Northern Lights type-esque. Again, another technique thing I was trying. It actually didn't go horrid. I just couldn't find my passion to continue with it, to be honest. Sometimes art just takes too much out of me. So then we have this thing that's like, again, kind of trippy because if you have it this way, it's this, but then you can turn it around and upside down. It's still kind of weird, but I like it. It's cool. So there you go. There's that one. Then I have some other pieces here. I did a self-portrait for one of my art classes. So this is me from like 8th grade. Here's another one of those New Year's cards I made before I realized that, like, the assignment wasn't due yet. That was a weird class. Here's a snowman. He's all crushed up a little bit. And then here's my cactus art. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually one of the things I'm really proud of because it was a day I was struggling and I knew exactly what I wanted to create when I got to the art room, and I created it. And I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm an artist. Like, it was one of those things I was so happy about because, like, you ever have that vision, like, you know you want something to look like a specific thing, and then you are like, can I really make it look that way? Do I have the skill for that? And I walked in, I envisioned it looking like this, and I did it. And so that's like, it's exciting when that happens, you know? All right, is this dry? Hi, not sure, like, trying to block you. It's trying. It's still trying to get dry, and I'm not trying to rush it. So I'm gonna grab my other art pieces because I know we're so excited to see them. Well, here's something interesting. So I had to make like a a flip thing. So like you would watch something happen over a series of cards. So let's see if I can like show you my cube thing I did. You can't really see that. Either way, it's a cube and it like you can kind of see it like gets whatever as it continues on. Yeah, I'm skipping a few there, but that's kind of what that is. And then I was tasked with making like my own gum for one of my art projects, and I called it Aura. And it literally was shroom gum. It got you high. I pretty positive, like, I did not get well graded on this because of how it was, and I made my own little like colored sticks and everything. I thought it was so cool. Nobody liked it, but I did. But it literally was gum that got you high, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was like one of the best things I've ever done, to be honest, but other people did not feel the same. Okay, I think we're gonna start doodling now because I got 20 minutes and then I gotta go to bed. So we're gonna do this. So this is what we have to work with. I made a watercolor background, and it's, yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna, I think, just kind of doodle some flowers and like That type of thing. That's the goal. So we're just doodling some flowers. I almost am kind of like trying a henna approach to it, like with all the dots and everything. We'll see how long that really lasts because I don't have patience. I don't have a lot of patience, but we shall see. Ding, 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 ding. I haven't doodled in so long. It's been a very long time since I've actually taken the time to like doodle and really do anything with it. Just always busy. Like I'm working all the time and then I don't take time to like do my art and appreciate it. So there's that. This is what we have so far in the corner. We're working on it. Yeah. Hello, person. Hey, you found me again. What's going on, man? How you doing? Update, we finally got this to get dry a little bit, so now we're just doodling down here. We started the ability to doodle. How was your journey into the I don't know, the internet or whatever you were doing? How did it go? Is it good? All the things. Boom. We're making flowers. It's going great. I'm trying to take like a almost henna approach with the way I'm making this. I've never gotten henna before, but they always do these really cool dot designs, and I've always wanted to get henna done. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the things you were born and scrolled and found my live again. I mean, fair enough. Um, I mean, yeah, I try so hard to make sure my lives are not uber boring, so I hope it's somewhat living up to your expectations, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Quick question for you because I can't see like what you see. But when you like are do you go to a live feed to find lives to join? Like is that something that you do or are you like in the short feed and then it pops up with a live? Like how do you actually find lives on YouTube? It's kind of a crazy question cuz like I've never really attended people's lives before, so like how do you find them? Shorts? Okay. Cuz I know that YouTube has like an actual live feed and then they have a short feed where lives sometimes show up. So I'm like never really sure where it's at. But that's good information to know. So thank you cuz I'm never like sure exactly what's happening. Now we're coloring it all black because we need it to be black so it actually looks the way like I want it to. Bum, 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 bum. Trying to be gentle with my paper because it's still fragile. Ooh, this is not going to turn out the way I want it to. I might need something else. Oops, shit. For this. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, it might be wet there. I don't know. We're trying. Ooh. And look at that. Our flower continues. It's exciting that it's doing well. Ooh, we are hitting some. We have some. Aw, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Any subscribing or engagement is actually super nice. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time to do that very much. We're currently trying to fix our flower. I guess it's still wet in some areas here, which makes sense, but like sometimes I feel like water is supposed to dry faster than it does. I always hope so. I have some weird sense of optimism. But yeah. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate you. There we go. Okay, let's make my dots. Boop. Doot. Boop. 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 Don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. Boop. 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 There we go. You support small creators. Well, that's awesome. I know. I'm always like trying. I feel the same way. Like small creators need that. Oh, thank you. I thank you so much because like I do get hate comments, so it's really nice when I have people who are like you who are very supportive. So I appreciate that very, very much. 100%. And the other thing I can promise is that when I am bigger and all the things, I'll still remember you. I still plan on remembering everybody who's been here along my journey. So I'm not planning on losing any sense of I don't know what the right word is, but you will be remembered. I want you to know that because you're valued and you're important. So that's what I got. This is my flower so far, by the way. It's super random. I think I'm gonna put petals of this line. Yeah. This one flower has taken me the past 7 minutes, by the way, because apparently I have patience for that. I guess I don't know. I'm not normally one for patience, so it's actually kind of shocking that I've managed to do it this long. Petals, there's gonna be petals. Petals. We got petals. Oops, shoot. There we go, it's fine. Okay, then we added some petals to it on that line. Woohoo! Yeah. But random boy, tell me about yourself a little bit. Do you have any pets? Them dogs, cats, anything like that? Welcome in everybody else who decided to join. We are doodling, currently working on a flower. I've only managed to get one flower done so far because I've been waiting for 30 minutes for my other thing to dry. 2 cats? That's awesome. I have 3 cats. 2 of them are indoor cats. One of them is an outdoor cat. I had another cat, but he passed away in February. He was an outdoor cat. And I have a mule named Chico. He's somewhere on my YouTube page. If you ever want to know what he looks like, just scroll for a second. But it's cool you have 2 cats. What are their names? What type of cat are they? Do you have any naked cats? Thank you. It's okay. He was sick, so there was not going to be a happy ending, if you will. But yeah, what's your cat's names? Are they girl, boy? What type of cat are they? You have any naked cats? I don't actually know anybody who has naked cats now that I think about it. Like, it's kind of interesting. Super random. I think they're like pretty temperamental, aren't they? In terms of like their temperature that they need to have, and like they're sensitive to the cold, they're sensitive to the heat. They just don't do well. Siamese cat and a black cat. That's a really good combination. I love both of those so much. I had a black cat. His name was Onyx. I know, like It's a little cliche, but he was super cute. Black cats are I love black cats. I hate the fact that they still have that omen of like being unfortunate or bringing bad luck because like I always find them to be the opposite. They're just so pretty. I had a gray cat. I didn't know gray cats existed. Apparently, brown cats, like straight brown cats, also exist. So yeah, gotta love cats. Um, it's always weird because like, did you ever? I don't even know how does the mom black cat got his kid is Chinese cat. Genetics are weird. I'm telling you that right now. Genetics are one of the coolest and weirdest things ever, especially like visible genetics with some of that. Cause like, so the kitties I have now, which aren't really kitties anymore, one's orange and one is there's a name for her coat, but it's like it's black, it's orange, it's gray, it's white, it's got all those colors in it. Then there was another one that was completely black. That was Onyx. Then there's another one that had the same coat as her mom. So like the orange cat and that cat made sense where they got their genes from. But the black cat and Pocahontas, who has all the different colors on her, I'm kind of like her. I understand a little bit because she had the orange because the dad was orange, but the full black cat, I'm like, what recessive gene did you get? Or what, like, it was kind of fascinating. Genes are very fascinating. That cat's so savage, and the Siamese cat is cute and chill. Honestly, that makes total sense. Have you seen the videos where it's literally like you have two cats, and then one's doing this, and then one's doing that? That makes perfect sense, though. Black cats, I think, are just like pretty savage in general. I love them though. They're just so funny. And I don't know if you've heard about the whole orange cat thing where they only have one brain cell that they all share. But that's also very true. I had two orange cats, and one of them was definitely smarter than the other. I think he had the brain cell most of the time between the two of them. But my current orange cat, he's like more bronze than brain. I love him, but there's something missing for him. They're almost fighting all the time. Dude, why? Why are cats fighting all the time? Do they not like each other? Like, ever? Is that why? Thankfully, I do not have that problem. Hello, Zara Midnight Z5T. How are you doing? We're just here vibing. I'm currently doodling on a flower I've been working on forever. Feel free to comment if you have pets. That's what we're currently talking about. Or if you have something else you want to say. But either way, welcome in. Glad you're here. They do get along, Random Boy, but they still fight. I mean, it's like friends, right? If you have friends, you love them, but you still get into arguments with them. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, my two cats just aren't really sure about each other. Like, they're kind of like, who are you? And why do you exist? But they're not actively mean, at least not anymore. They did have a few moments in there where we were kind of like concerned, but thankfully those moments passed pretty quickly, which is good. Because, yeah. Do they seriously harm each other, or is it just like light things? Which really makes sense for a mom and kid too. Yeah. I mean, that's true. Maybe the mom or the whoever is just like, why are you here? Smack. And then the other one's like, it's your fault that I'm actually here. Smack. I don't know if that's how that conversation really goes, but I can imagine it going that way. And I hope you found humor in it because I find humor in it. So there you go. But that is interesting that they do have that weird fighting relationship when one literally gave birth to the other. You're making so many dots. They're not even all even, but they're dotting. See? Dots have been made, guys. The dots have dotted. And it's actually very nice that they dotted because I wasn't sure I was going to get them. They randomly start their fight. I feel like one of them just says something that they shouldn't have. It's like they whisper something under their breath, like insulting, and then the other one's like, "What'd you say?" Yeah. I love being the cat commentator. It's one of my favorite jobs that nobody asked me to do, but I do it anyway. Okay, I'm debating whether I'm done with this flower or not. I feel like it's good. This is my first flower. It's complete. We did a corner flower. It's gorgeous. And if you say otherwise, no. Now we're going to move on and do a different corner. Something different. Yes, English is my, I'm honestly embarrassed to say this. English is my one and only language. I am currently learning Latin, but that's a dead language, so there you go. The best Gojo, how you doing? Thank you. Hello, Lila, Bomar. How are you guys doing tonight? We are just doing some painting, doodling. That's kind of what we're doing. We're talking about life. So if any of you have any pets, feel free to let me know. I have cats, a mule, and nature. Thank you, Lila. I appreciate that. Yeah, it took this thing 30 minutes to dry. I've been doing this entire thing on live, and it took my background 30 minutes to dry because I did watercolor. And for some reason, my brain was like, oh, the water will dry faster because air and paper. It makes sense. Never trust me when I say stupid things like that because it did not. It took 30 minutes for it to dry. It's good learning Latin, and it's even better for general cultural studies. Yeah, I've always wanted to learn another language. Fun fact, I tried learning Japanese for 2 years, and I could not understand how to learn it. So, like, my first Japanese teacher I had, he legit, obviously he spoke the language, but he had a wife who was from Japan, all the things. So we got to meet her, and that was cool. Lila, bark back. How you doing? But like the way he taught, I just couldn't ever understand like what we were doing. Like, I don't know, it just his class is like chaotic and slow, and he would ask things of us that we didn't even study. It just was really hard to actually get into his class. Then I switched schools. I went online, and I took that thing. Don't ever use Rosetta Stone for anything, okay? I use Duolingo. They have their own issues, but at least I don't have to yell at that stupid bird to listen to me. Rosetta Stone, I literally would yell into the mic, and it's like, you're too quiet. What? Google Gaga, are you already comfortable? Well, I'm glad you're comfortable. I want to make sure that you feel comfortable. Lila, I want to make sure you're comfortable. Miranda, what can I do some sentences in Latin? No. My pronunciation is so off, dude. And my grammar, not there. Like, if I looked at very, very basic sentences, I could probably tell you what they're talking about. I've been learning it for 260, 30, over 200 days, but it's like 5 minutes each day, which in the end adds up, but it's not a lot each day, so I don't have a lot of sentences I can string together because also my pronunciation is trash. Lila, your cat farted and it smells rotten. Ew. I mean, cat farts are not the best. I'm telling you that right now. And sometimes their breath really stinks. I'm not gonna lie. I want to give my cats mints because I'm like, no. Yeah. What's your cat's name? No. What? Do you have more than one cat? Now I gotta know. Now you got me interested in your cat lives. Okay. How many cats do you got? Yeah, right? They can be pretty stinky. I love my cats, but they can be pretty stinky. Random boy, you learned a little Latin, but I don't remember all the rules of it. It's a very weird. You have 2 cats and 2 dogs, Lila. Awesome. What are their names? I want to know their names. Yeah, no, Latin's a really weird, Random boy. Like, the way the grammar works and sentences are getting strung together, it's like very weird. And I'm still very much in the learning phase. But some of the things I've even pulled together contradict in certain ways. And so I'm like, how does this really work? Maybe that's why it is a dead language, because it's too complicated. But I do enjoy learning it. It's very fun. The verb is at the end, right? Yes. I think so. Yeah, well, it depends on the sentence and the other words in the sentence, because, like, for example, let's say the leaf is brown. You could technically put the word for is at the end, but it's also okay if it stays in the order it's in. it's kind of weird. I don't really know. And like adjectives though, they come after the word. So like you know how we would say that's a beautiful person? It would be that person beautiful. So, yeah. Lila, Omar, Onyx, the old cat that farted, and Cindy is my kitten. She's a butt to care. She always wants to go outside, and my dog is Ashley. Aw, she's a big black and white with bright blue eyes. And you have a dog named Teddy, and he's a small dog. Well, that sounds like a very nice animal family. I hope that they're all happy and healthy and all the things. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I got 3 cats and a mule. My cats, one's orange. His name is Fred Phoenix McWafflehouse. I have a cat. I don't remember what her coat his name is, but she's got a bunch of different colors, and her name's Pocahontas. Then we have an outside cat named Tiny. And then my mule's name is Chico. Teddy has one eye. Well, at least he has an eye. How did he have the other one when you got him, or did he lose it? She was getting a treat and got aggressive. I think that's a little more than aggressive, Lila, just a little bit. Is he a Cyclop, Lila? Yes. Is your dog a Cyclop? Like a cool one? He should dress up as one for Halloween. But that's actually insane that Ashley was like, nah, dude, this is my treat. You don't know. It's fine. It's okay. I can't even. That's too fun, though. All right. So, not to be that person, but I do have to go to bed. But I appreciate every single one of you coming in tonight. It was super nice to have this chat here, especially at the end. So you're only 10, you don't know stuff these days. I mean, that's fair. Cyclops is it's Greek mythology. It's a one-eyed, like, big monster, and sometimes they're smart, but most of the time they're dumb. But it's really about the one-eyed thing, and they have it like in the middle of their head. I don't know if that gave you a visual or not, but it's like pretend I don't have 2 eyes, it's just a big one like out of their forehead. And then they have a nose and like a mouth that's like kind of scrunched up. Like that green dude. Maybe. Which green dude? There's a lot of green dudes out there, man. I mean, we got the Hulk, She-Hulk, Green Goblin. Those are all superhero things. I don't know. But yeah. So that's kind of what a Cyclops is. And yeah, but they're mostly from Greek mythology. So if you ever look it up, you'll know. Random boy Latin teacher was kind and he was reading us Greek mythology histories. Yes. Michael, can't spell. Green Giant 2. Yes, there's a lot of green dudes out there, y'all. Be careful of the green dudes, okay? They might steal your eyes. I don't know. Okay, I'm losing it. All right, but I do have to go to bed now because, as you can see, I'm slightly losing whatever my brain is trying to process. I don't even know. I'm gonna go to bed now. Thank you all so much for coming in and liking and talking with me. It's very, very nice. I will probably go live again sometime next week. So look out for that. And yeah. Yes, the green dudes. Be very careful, everyone. Exactly. Final words for tonight. Watch out for the green dudes. Don't let them take your eyes, okay? All right. Love you guys. Mwah.